They called it beautification. That's what the HOA president said while pointing at my yard like it was a crime scene. My hedge, thick wild green, had stood for 15 years. Birds nested there. Kids cut through it on their way to school. Then one morning I came home from work to find it gone. The air smelled like diesel and sawdust. The hedge had been ripped out, roots and all, replaced by a line of sterile gray pavers running straight across my property like a scar. The president, Mark, leaned on his clipboard with a proud little smirk. "We're updating the landscape. Uniform look, modern style," he said. My privacy was gone. So were the sparrows that used to greet me every morning. When I told him he had no right to touch my boundary, he shrugged. "You'll thank us when property values rise." I didn't thank him. I went inside, stared out my window at the raw soil where the hedge once lived, and promised myself that the next improvement project in this neighborhood would have my name on it. For weeks, people walked past and complimented the new path. They didn't realize it cut through what used to be mine. I filed complaints, called city zoning, even produced the original property survey. Nothing mattered. The HOA claimed implied easement. Bureaucracy moved slower than concrete. Then one afternoon, while reading through city ordinances, I noticed a section about temporary event permits, stalls, farmers markets, community fairs. If a paved public access walkway existed, vendors could apply to use it for neighborhood events. And the HOA had just built me one. I gotta work. Within a week, I'd secured a weekend event permit under my business name, Local Roots. Saturday morning at dawn, trucks arrived. Vendors unloaded crates of fruit, honey, flowers, and baked goods. Pop-up tents lined the walkway. By 9 a.m., the entire stretch of HOA's beautification project was buzzing with people. Mark showed up mid-morning, pale and flustered, waving his clipboard like a weapon. "You can't do this!" he shouted over the crowd. I showed him the permit. City seal, valid for 3 months. He looked like he'd swallowed a lemon. The first day, we drew 200 people. The next weekend it doubled. Cars lined the street. Local papers called it the Greenway Market. Residents loved it. Fresh produce, local crafts, even live music. The HOA couldn't touch me. Legally, I was promoting community engagement on an approved path. Their uniform masterpiece had become my personal enterprise, but I wasn't done. Every week I added something new. Composting bins, planters, a hydration stand. The walkway was alive again, greener than before, buzzing with energy. The HOA's pristine, modern aesthetic now smelled like soil, basil, and street tacos. At meetings, they complained about the mess. The same neighbors who once praised the pavers now argued that the market made the neighborhood vibrant. The vote to shut me down failed 3 times. The city even extended my permit, citing local economic impact. Mark stopped attending meetings after the newspaper published a story calling him the man who accidentally revived the neighborhood. His picture under that headline was worth framing. Months later, when the season ended, I dismantled the tents and let the walkway rest. But the roots were already in place, literally. The vendors pooled money and helped me plant a new hedge, thicker and greener than the last. Native shrubs this time, approved by the city's environmental department. The HOA couldn't argue with that. Now when I sit on my porch and hear the hum of bees in the leaves, I smile. They wanted uniformity. I gave them community. They paved over life and I brought it back. And every time someone walks the path, they walk over their own mistake. One I turned into the heartbeat of the neighborhood. Subscribe and type justice to be counted as our YouTube family.